What's up guys, Bloodshed here, bringing you the HOTA Immortal King Barbarian for Diablo 3, patch 264 and season 16. Now this build is back better than ever. We have the patch today so we can thoroughly test things and make videos and show off the sets. The 6-piece of IK went from 1500 to 4000, so it got like, 2.5 times buffed. And it hits like a truck, man. You're gonna be speed farming hundreds. Even in a 4-man group, you're able to DPS like in the low hundreds. And you can run some really cool speed comps with like 1 support and 3 DPS. HOTA would be a good candidate for that kind of content. The full written guide will be in the description down below. But basically, you have tons of mobility. You're constantly attacking. It's like a non-stop damaging build. You have this crazy life leech, so as you're attacking, you're getting healing, you're doing damage. It's pretty awesome, man. You got perma Wrath of Berserker, perma Ancients, you got a little squad with you, and it's you also get crit based on your max fury with HOTA, so there's some interesting mechanics. You get a lot more crits than you would normally get. Generally, pretty easy to play and fun to play. And if you ever find yourself craving just a little bit more depth, you can upgrade to the Raycore HOTA version where you have to build up your charges before you DPS. That's a lot more passive. You kind of build up your charges by usually charging into a rock or the wall, and then because the animation's faster, and then you actually start DPSing during fire cycle. So with this version, it's a little bit weaker, maybe 5 tiers weaker, but you get the constant DPS, the constant damage, no nonsense. It's like getting the hammer in Smash Brothers. You're just like tinka 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 tinka. Anyway, let's crack open the build. I can show you some of the details and talk about your DPS combos and things like that. So right off the bat, you can see we're using the Istvan set, the Slander and Little Rogue. Every time you spend primary resource, which is non-stop with HOTA, we're constantly spamming. We have unlimited resource basically. You gain 6% attack speed, damage, and armor. So this is perfect synergy with the build. It's pretty awesome stuff, and I highly recommend the set. If you're playing early season, you can wear the gavel or you can wear Furnace until you get the set, because sometimes they might be a little finicky to drop for you. This is a full Immortal King set here. We're not using the 2-hander since we're using the Istvan set. You do get the 2-hander with Hadrig, so you'll have it right away. So you get a weapon, which is kind of cool early season. This is also the starter for season 16. One of the most important parts of gear is your belt, your mighty belt. You want to have life per fury. So like I said, you're constantly spending fury, you're constantly healing yourself back up. It's really powerful with the build. The bracers are important. You want to really max affix bracers. These are basically garbage. If I was pushing with these during the season, these are horrible, man. But for the video and for testing, it's a realistic multiplier to what you'd be getting. But you want basically 490 to 500 on your bracers, fire damage on your amulet, fire damage on your bracers. Really powerful. It helps with HOTA. We're using the fire rune. It does 640 damage, and you get 1% increased crit chance for every 5 fury you have. I do like it on my Paragon, in case you're wondering. And we usually test with like 800 Paragon and no augments or very few augments, like low main. Like we only have 7,000 main stat here, so it's not that much at all. Like I said, we have full resource, so we're getting the Aquila damage reduction. We're also getting a 50% damage reduction from our Ancients. With the set, the 2-piece set, called the Ancients last until they die, so you have a perma damage reduction and you're getting a resource from them. The shoulder we're using gives you the Ancients Fury rune. As your Ancients are attacking, they're giving you resource, so they're just feeding you more fury to do more damage. The 4-piece reduce the cooldown of Wrath of Berserker and call the Ancients by 3 seconds every 10 fury you spend. So like I said, spending fury, we're healing, we're doing damage, and we're lowering the cooldown of Wrath. So we have perma Wrath of the Berserker, which is a huge damage increase, 50% increased damage, attack speed, movement speed, all that greatness. And then the 6-piece just gives you the flat damage increase when you have the Ancients out and you have Wrath. So everything works together perfectly. You just want to attack fast and furious. You do lots of damage, lots of healing, and you reduce the cooldowns when you do that. Because we're healing so much as we're doing damage, a lot of the times it's better to just fight through the pain. Unless you're on hardcore, then you might want to get out of there. So the main DPS combo, make sure you have your Ancients, make sure you have Wrath of Berserker active, make sure you have Warcry active, make sure you have Battle Rage active. Push 4 buttons right here. Keep all your stuff, all right? And then you're gonna charge in, it helps generate fury, and then you're gonna HOTA away. That's it. That's the combo. You just DPS. It's like you have the hammer, like I said in Smash Brothers. You just bam, 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 And you're going to be able to, you can dodge like arcane beams, and then you can charge back in DPS. One of the main things you want to pay attention to is your fire cycle. You want to make sure you're always DPSing during fire cycle if possible. It's 200% elemental damage on top of HOTA. You're basically just killing anything you come across. One of the most chill speed farming Paragon builds there is. It'll probably be top 7, I would say, in speed 100s in general, because it's just mobility. You don't have to build up any charges like with Archon or Raycore or any other class. Like you have to usually let the dots tick for Jade. This is probably a top 7 speed 100 build for the season. If not, it's very competitive just in general, just because you're just moving around, doing damage. You don't need anything. You're self-sufficient. You can play in groups or solo. I haven't exactly hammered down, see what I did there, what I want to use for the Ring of Royal Grandeur season. I'm thinking like a Mage Fist or something like that. But I will definitely update the description. There's a build link in the description. I will update that as soon as I figure it out before the season. I'm just mulling over a few things, experimenting with the build, but nothing's gonna change. This is the build that you're gonna have every season. And then just check the written guide for the latest version of the build. I might tweak a few things here and there. You might wanna change Warcry to Impunity, but don't do it. Impunity maybe is really good to T11. After that, once you start pushing higher level, Veteran's Warning with the 30% dodge is invaluable. So don't change that if you're dying, especially. Just trust the dodge and healing. It's beautiful synergy. Anyways, guys, that's going to be all for me today. You can follow me above at twitch.tv/bloodshed. I'm so excited we finally got the patch. I'm so excited for season 16. Join me on the journey. I'm going to be testing all day today when this video posts, up above at twitch.tv/bloodshed. Thank you for the tremendous amount of support I've gotten lately on my videos and on Twitch. Oh, I'm getting back to work, man. We're gonna make some more videos. This is the Bloodshed, and I'm out of here. Peace.